Good morning, everybody. Welcome to today's 1 million by 1 million strategy roundtable for entrepreneurs. 1M, as you know, is the first and only global virtual accelerator for technology startups. We run it from Silicon Valley, but with a global footprint. Both entrepreneurs come from all over the world, and our team is spread out. We do run a virtual company, and we've been running a virtual company since 2010, way before COVID hit in 2020 and everything became virtual. So this is the 631st roundtable. This event is being recorded, so when we have conversations, you would be able to refer back to it. All our roundtable recordings are available at the 1M1M Roundtable's YouTube channel. On Twitter, we're at 1M1M and at Shramana. We are going to start today with a pitch that is from a previous roundtable that I want to use as a case study to show you a really great example of how to strategize on a startup idea. Maureen, could you please go to the pitch? And then we will talk. I will talk to you. Whoever wants to talk, I will talk. But I want to show you something first. Maureen, I can't hear anything. I don't know if other people can, but I can't hear anything. The audio is not audible.
We are going to start with Brian and oh, okay. So Brian has an updated slide deck. Geez, okay. Brian, please unmute your line and let's get started with your presentation.
Hi, thank you so much for having me. My name is Brian, and I'm based in Toronto, Canada. And outside of running my business and running Swift Ads, I love rock climbing, and I love hanging out with my 14-month-old son, and of course my wife. He's our firstborn. And something I love about rock climbing is that there are a lot of parallels with risk assessment, risk management that I learned from rock climbing, and I apply to business and entrepreneurship. Next slide, please.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, we'll stay on this slide for Swift Ads. So Swift Ads helps small business owners create a scalable advertising program to acquire customers. And you can find us at swiftads.io, and my contact information is at the bottom of the slide here. Next slide, please. So for the past 2 years, amongst the 32 odd million small business owners in America, in the past 2 years, I've worked with over 200 of them, and I've seen the same problem time and time again. Either they are a DIYer who runs their own advertising program to try to grow their business, and not successfully because it's difficult, or they've hired their first freelancer, right, and not getting much traction with their advertising program. And for those who are fortunate enough to find the winning formula for advertising, they don't have the cash flow to scale up the advertising program and grow their business. Next slide, please. And on the flip side, investors that are looking to invest in small businesses or have the capital to lend to small business owners, they don't know how to deploy their capital programmatically or with lower risk. And this is where Swift Ads comes in. Next slide, please. So Swift Ads automatically creates advertising campaigns, monitors them, and optimizes them with artificial intelligence. And the small business owners are able to plug into it and use it in a very friendly and simple to use manner. And on the other side, we take the information that's, for example, the revenue, cash flow information, and also the demand side numbers. So, for example, forecasting out customer demand for a small business's services or products, and predict when a small business is poised for growth, and connect them with investors and lenders. So we solve the problem that small business owners face all the time by making it easy for them to create and optimize their advertising campaigns, as well as when they're ready to grow, connect them with investors and lenders to improve their cash flow. Next slide, please. Our target audience are small business owners in any industry, but we want to focus on the ones that are around either fewer than 5 people or have revenue at $15,000 per month. They're not big enough to hire their own team. They may have started advertising either by themselves or with a freelancer, and they have enough cash flow to actually stick to an advertising program. They also should be in business for at least 3 months, and that gives them an idea of who their target audience is. And of course, they should have an online presence, and they should be, tech savvy enough to know advertising, and that's they need advertising, but not sophisticated enough to do their own advertising, run their own advertising program. Next slide, please. So in the short term, our customer acquisition is we have, December, over 600 free users on the platform using the program. We want to create an email nurturing campaign to activate them. So to go from the free tier to the paid tier. And from my experience working in fintech for a couple of years, a few years ago, I've learned that small business owners, they love to use self-serve platforms, but for 20-30% of the time, they still need a little bit of human interaction to get them onboarded and to ensure their success. So in the short term, we want to use some of the capital to set up a customer success or onboarding team. In the medium term, of course, we're going to put money where our mouth is. We're going to run advertising campaigns for Swift Ads for lead generation and customer acquisition. And then long term, we want to invest heavily into SEO and content. Next slide, please. And I think the time is now to start investing in this technology and specifically in Swift Ads, because we're at the intersection of where technology, culture, and economy meets. We have heard, not just in the tech founder or tech savvy sphere, that a lot of people are using ChatGPT or AI automations, but even the general public has been exposed to this type of technology. And my hypothesis right now is that we're past the early adopters stage, and we're poised to have adopters in the public and get to the early majority. And I think with the economic condition right now, a lot of people are pushed into entrepreneurship or they want to grow their business. Next slide, please. So what's in it for the investor? The investor of Swift Ads are able to get access to a lot of these deals and, of course, invest in Swift Ads itself. We de-risk the deals for them and also increase the deal flow for them. Next slide, please.
Okay. I think I understand what you're trying to do. Do you have any paying customers?
We've had about 5 paying customers throughout the tenure, and the 200 plus small business owners that I've worked with were all paying customers in the past. So currently, we only have like 3 customers that are actively using the platform on the paid capacity.
So, what is the commercial of these 3 customers? How much do they pay you? Is this a MRR? Is it a percentage of the management fee of the ad campaign? What is your business model?
Oh, that's a very good question. In the longer version of my slide deck, I have that slide. We make money off of a one-time fee. So each time they create a campaign automatically, we charge them a small fee. It's $120. But in the current model, we're mainly focused on the monitoring fee, which is $80 per month. And then further on, when we are deploying capital on behalf of investors and lenders, we charge a 5 to 9% fee on the transaction.
So, Brian, I don't think this investor thesis works for me at all.
Okay.
Unless you can show that you have actually customers who are paying you money and you are making impact on those customers, paying customers who pay you money, and you are making money of those customers and offering value to them, I just don't see how investors would want to get involved in something like this. So the 3 paying customers that you have you been able to find investors for them?
No, right now we haven't built the product to that stage where we can deploy the capital yet. So right now, this pitch is mainly for funding for Swift Ads to get beyond the MVP stage. So we are currently using GPT-3 to create the ads. Next step is we're going to implement GPT-4, which was newly released, I think, last week, and building out the Google API to do the automated campaign upload.
You're trying to do too many things, and I don't think investors would fund this value proposition of your connecting advertisers to investors and all of that. Because first and foremost, if I put my investor hat on, I want to see, can you actually offer enough value to advertisers such that those advertisers want to work with you? Can you optimize their campaigns enough, monitor their campaigns, and whatever value proposition you want to offer to them? You're talking about automated copywriting, etc., etc. We don't know whether any of that works or not. And now you're asking the investor to make 2 leaps. You want your investor, the Swift ad investor, to make 2 leaps. One is that your technology that provides value proposition to advertisers is going to work, number 1. And 2, you're going to scale them up to a level where they're going to warrant those other investors to be part of this platform. It's too many leaps. So my guidance to you is, first and foremost, try to get advertisers and provide value to advertisers and make money off advertisers.
Yep.
And build business to a certain level of scale. And I don't think you're ready for funding with that, because again, there's not enough here for an investor to make a bet. But you're saying that you have 600 plus free users, assuming that these can be converted into paid users. You can conceivably start showing the value proposition to advertisers and building validation there. That's where I would focus.
Okay, so
and it's a small denomination. Pardon?
So if I'm hearing correctly, and let me play it back to you, is that I should focus the pitch on the product itself and not the marketplace, where I can provide value for the advertisers.
That's right. That's right.
Okay.
Yeah, I wouldn't pitch this as a marketplace to anybody right now. And I don't even think you should go pitch investors at this stage. I think you should first and foremost try to build this the value proposition for advertisers and try to get as many paying customers who are advertisers who can use your system to derive value out of it. It's not clear what is the value that you're offering to advertisers. And until that is clear, you will not be able to convert these free users to paying users. And that's the first order of business. If you can get thousands of free users who have the kind of target audience that you laid out, which is $15,000 per month revenue. So 15K MRR level customers, if you can get thousands of those paying you a fee to do something of value, that is an interesting situation that people will look at you seriously. But at the moment, the marketplace pitch basically confuses all that. It's like you're assuming that that part works, and then the marketplace can start to flow. If that part works, then the marketplace can be interesting potentially. But that part, it's not clear that that part works.
Okay.
So first and foremost, you have to get that part working.
Okay. Does it help that I run an advertising agency for several big brands around the world, and that's where my experience comes in from?
No. Running an advertising agency and building software to cater to, thousands and thousands and tens of thousands and hundreds of thousands of small businesses is a completely different skill set. You have never built software. Running an advertising agency does not make you qualified to be a great software developer. You have never built a software product. Whereas what you're pitching here is a software product. So what you have is domain knowledge. You understand advertising. That's good. That's a good starting point. So you can spec out potentially a software product that clients need and can benefit from. Maybe I'm assuming that that's something you have some understanding of. What is the need of these players to run automated campaigns? But then you have to turn that into a product. And until you do that, I'm not sure. You can raise friends and family money. I always say friends and family money is money that bets on you, right? It's people who know you and your capacity, your credibility, and so forth. So that using that credibility, you may be able to raise some friends and family funding, but I would focus that not on the marketplace, but on building the software that can help you cater to tens of thousands of small businesses of this revenue level. This revenue level is not insignificant. So at this revenue level, few companies actually get to that revenue level. At that revenue level, what is the need? What does the software product need? And can you build that software product? That would be my first question. And that's the question you should try to answer at the moment.
Well, that's very, very valid feedback and very amazing. I'm going to try to incorporate this and talk to more people to get their feedback on this as well. And this has helped me sort of realign what my next steps are for the next few months. So thank you for that.
Great. That's our intent, is to give you actionable feedback so that you can realign your priorities and focus on the right things. A lot of companies don't make it because they focus on the wrong things. And that's really what we're trying to, help you course correct when you go in that direction. First time entrepreneur's journey is a very difficult journey. So as it is, an entrepreneur's journey is a very difficult journey. You can see what Elon Musk is doing with Twitter. He's making an absolute mess. So you can make an absolute mess even if you're Elon Musk. When we are early in our journeys and there's less resource available and less knowledge available, it's harder and harder. So good luck. It's interesting. What you're trying to do is interesting. You have some interesting domain knowledge. So try to, crystallize that into the first base, which is to get something of value in the hands of the advertisers that they will pay for.
All right, folks, we are going to switch. Maureen, could you give me controls, please? As you saw there, This is a business idea that needs a tremendous pivot. And in the early stage journeys, there was just last week, there was somebody in the roundtable who said that she failed in her previous business, and she spent a good 2.5 years on that business and then failed. And so she was restarting, starting another company with another idea, and she wants to do this kind of validation exercise early. So she's now in the premium program, and I want to make sure that you all understand that is that whatever idea you are zeroing in on, you will need to either validate it quickly or fail fast. So the longer you go without validating something, the higher are your chances of spending a lot of time of your life on an idea that is not really, clicking in gear. So that's just, that's an example of what I showed you here. We are ready to take questions and chat with you. So you can talk to me in public chat. You can let us know that you want to talk and introduce yourselves and talk about your project. And Maureen will put you on the panel, and I will, start engaging with you in audio format. Your computer audio should work. You can also dial into this line that I've just put on the screen. While you're getting ready to do that, I will quickly show you how to use 1 million by 1 million. And just a second. 1 million by 1 million is completely virtual. Everything that you need is available on the website, 1Mby1M.com. You can start by reading the blog, which is very rich. And then you can also look at the Entrepreneur Journeys book series as a starting point. There are 12 volumes of case study based books. These roundtables happen almost every week. You can come and pitch once for free, but you can also listen as many times as you want. The full acceleration program is 1M1M Premium. And there we get extensive methodology guidance. We work with the curriculum. The curriculum is very, very rich at this point. It's been developed since 2006 in a very case study oriented way. And it's really, really intense and deep and broad right now in the technology entrepreneurship domain. And all of it is available through 1M1M Premium. We help you with business development. We help you with strategy consulting like what you just saw, and in private roundtables for premium members only. And we work with a lot of investors. If you need help with financing, we'll help you with financing as well. The self-assessment is a free tool available on the website. You can look at that. These are the due diligence questions that investors are going to ask you. The bootstrapping course on our blog, it's pinned to the top of our blog, is our free 1-hour course that is a great introduction to an entrepreneurship journey. So please do that if you haven't already. We also have a lot of courses on Udemy. We've like 75 courses on Udemy at this point. You can start your learning journey there as well. Maureen will give you this link in public chat. This has coupons to the Udemy courses. All our curriculum, all courses, everything that we have on Udemy, as well as what's not on Udemy, everything is at 1M1M Basic. That's another place where you can start your learning. So go to the website, look at what to expect from Premium, Basic, look at the video FAQs, the curriculum description. It is a case study based curriculum. Thousands of successful entrepreneurs have been part of developing it. We have an investor introduction policy. Our philosophy is bootstrap first, raise money later. Don't go to investors as beggars, go as kings. So you have to do some amount of validation work before you are ready for financing. So that is it. We are ready for questions. We have 5 roundtables in February. And let us know if you would like to speak. Ask questions, introduce yourselves, tell us what project you're working on, what idea you're working on. If you want to do a quick elevator pitch and run your idea by me, I'm happy to do that as well. That's what we do at these roundtables, is quick conversations, quickly, touching base, answering questions, etc. And as you can see, this has been going on for a very, very long time. Anybody? Question? No? No one has a question. No one wants to introduce, no one wants to do an elevator pitch. All right. Well then, figure out when you want to pitch in the, regular pitch, and we will schedule you there. I will talk to you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.